ShinRobjira.
Today we're going to be talking about the Bandai movie monster series Godzilla store exclusive Mechagodzilla 1975 Battle Damaged version. Battle Damaged Mechagodzilla is finally here. He was released alongside the poll winner Gorosaurus on the famed Godzilla Day. He's the exact same sculpt we got with the first G-Store exclusive Mechagodzilla, the metallic green one, as well as the 2002 and 2004 releases of MG2. But ain't broke, don't fix it, huh? While it is the same mold we've seen since 2002, the major distinction this time, again, is paint. The standard movie monster series MG75s are usually outfitted in a standard silver with slightly darker trimming. This guy's trimming is a bit darker than usual, which is assumedly to represent the scorch marks from the blast that he took during his battle. It's a cool variant, but it's a little bit on the pointless side if you ask me. But hopefully this means that a standard wide release is on its way soon, as well as a standard wide release of Mechagodzilla 1974, which hasn't been present in vinyl format from Bandai Japan since I think 1995's Memorial Box. What the heck, Bandai? Moving on to the tag, we see Mechagodzilla 1975 Battle Damage version, Mechagodzilla 1975, Godzilla 2021, Terror of Mechagodzilla, Bandai Movie Monster Series. The normal and usual stuff we'll get on the inside of the tag, and the exact not same. What? Metallic green didn't have this stuff in the corners over here. And I mean, aside from the obvious fried look to the tag, that's weird. Let's bring metallic green boy in. Yeah, man. They added a little bit to this image. It's the exact same image, but the tags are clearly different just by looking at the corners over here. Interesting. Oh, up here too, as you can see. That is different. Well, big ups to Bandai for doing something different with the tag, I guess. But anyway, you know this song and dance by heart by now. We have to give him the double sleeve treatment since he is a Godzilla store exclusive. Gotta go the extra mile to protect the tag of my favorite Mechagodzilla design of all time. I know I've said it multiple times before, but Showa era Mechagodzilla is my favorite. Just look at him. He's a tin can with a can opener on top of his head. It's an oxymoron. Paint and detail. This guy is called Battle Damaged, and it kinda just looks like they highlighted the trimmings on him. Not so much damaged. Now, originally I thought this thing was just going to be called Heavy Paint Applications Mechagodzilla 1975, but he's called Battle Damaged, and in the intro I said it looks like he might have scorch marks on him from the blasts that he took, but this is all a very much controlled form of chaos with this paint job. It's not all willy-nilly. As you can see, Bandai painted this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, and this area. I don't know if I could really call that battle damage, though. I think it's just more so accurate to what he looked like in the movie. I cannot deny, though, this darker gray on this silver looks magnificent. It truly does, and one of the best parts about this figure is that both sides of the limbs that are going to be painted are painted. See? Look at that. Spick and span. Nice and painted. Oh yeah, both sides. And I really do like that. Especially after the somewhat disappointing Heavy Paint Applications Kiryu where only the front half was painted. And yes, both arms on both sides are going to look like that. Gray, silver, gray, silver, gray, silver. Very, very nice. Opposite side as well. Yes, yes, yes. And now looking at the chest area. This looks magnificent. But I do have to comment on the rather messy application in some areas. Like right here. I'm not going to be taking points off for it because, I mean, at the end of the day, it still looks nice, but zoinks. And it's really not all that messy on the chest either, so the paint remains at a solid star. But will it remain that way for the entirety of the video? Let's find out. So looking at this area over here, it's going to be painted up just like the belt and the belt buckle going on over here. And they are going to be painted on both sides, but they didn't paint that part for whatever reason. See that? It's just not painted. But it's areas like on the side of the legs over here where this just looks its best. Look at that. That is amazing. I love that. Sure, it does kind of look like a bit of a run-on sentence right there, but I'm not going to get picky. Thankfully, though, you'll be getting that. Oh, okay. No, you won't. I mean, you'll be getting it over here and everything, just not over here for whatever reason. Oh, yeah, it's like that on both sides. That's kind of weird, honestly. Yeah, Bandai, I don't know why you didn't just paint the whole rest of the trimming over here. Huh. This does just look fantastic, though, and I love the way the little crackling and bending detail looks over here, just like the suit. Fantastic. Okay, now this is kind of funny. You painted this area, you painted over here, but you didn't paint up here and you didn't paint back here. Did you actively go out of your way to not paint that? Is this just on mine? Other people who have this. Is the back of your legs like this? Oh wait, Rob made us stupid. These aren't painted. Just this is painted. So this not being painted makes total sense. Okay, Rob almost made a big old boo-boo. But still, why ain't that painted? Why ain't that painted? But you paint over there. Now granted, this is going to be on the inside of the thigh and ankles, areas you're really not going to be looking at, but still, you went as far to paint this, why didn't you just paint that? Alright Rob, let's move on. We got more figure to talk about, come on. Alright, I'll shut up now about this. Looking on the back of the figure, we're going to get this painted, and this painted as well. Not the area in between the dorsal fins, which I'm not going to complain about, because I have a feeling if Bandai did, it might have come off a little junky looking. A little curious as to why these aren't painted, though. Yet again, just like on the other side, this area over here won't be painted, but I'm not going to take points off for that. That's just nitpicking. But in looking at this tail, though, it really does look like Bandai just took a marker and squeezed in one fell swoop. At least on the Kiryu, it looked like, you know, a lot better than this. Granted, this doesn't look horrendous or anything like that, but come on, Bandai. But anyway, moving on to the other paint you'll be seeing on the figure, we have a blue MNG and an orange 2. I feel the MG2 on the other arm looks a lot better, although a bit of the blue is kind of on the arm. Interesting. Mechagodzilla and his beautiful orange eyes, which are also rather metallic. And I do got a bit of a spooge over here on the brow, but that only seems to be on that side. There's a little bit of bleed through where the eye meets the face, but it's not horrendously noticeable. Mechagodzilla's pepperoni slice ears look fantastic, painted to perfection, and just look at that profile shot. Amazing. His little mechanized tongues over here are also going to be painted. I know they're not really tongues, but it's something on the bottom of your mouth that's painted red. They're tongues. Come on. Humor me. And these little doodads are going to be painted on the side of Mechagodzilla's neck, both sides, and this area over here where the head meets the neck is also going to be painted all the way around. Very nice. Even under the jaw. The detail on this guy is amazing. Bandai 2002 knew what the heck they were doing. And even to this day, with the 2021 paint jobs of the Bandai Movie Monster series, this magnificent detail does not falter. I mean, not even a little bit. Damn, look at that. Just magnificent. Dorsal fins kind of look like slices of French toast. That's honestly why I like showing Mechagodzilla so much. He reminds me of breakfast. Yeah. Before moving on, here we have Trademark Toho Company Limited, 1975. Bandai 2002, made in China. Trademark and Toho Company Limited, numbers. Paint stops at the Mecha Gooch. How in the heck am I going to rate this thing? The detail, obviously, is going to be getting a solid star, because this thing is just, beautiful. But the paint, why didn't you paint that? Why didn't you paint that? You could have done the tail a little bit better. Those are going to be the main areas that I'm focusing on, because the whole thing with the back, that's just nitpicking if you ask me. Even I can admit when I'm nitpicking. But am I nitpicking for unpainted shins and ankles? I don't know, but my heart is telling me this was beautifully done, the paint ain't all that messy, and he looks fantastic. So, I'm gonna give him a solid star in terms of paint. Yeah, I do wish these two areas were painted up a little bit better, but for the most part, he looks magnificent. I love how he looks. I do have a little bit of a bias for him, but overall, he looks fantastic. Let's talk about articulation. Battle damaged MG can go all the way around at the head, like so. Can also go all the way around at the arms. Both sides, yes. All the way around at the legs. Both legs. Nothing at the tail. And nothing at the waist. Because as you can see, there is a bit of a glue seal going on there, it seems. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the 2002 and 2004 versions of this figure could swivel at the waist, right? I know I've seen pictures of these things swiveling at the waist. Am I insane? Probably. Anyway, articulation's going to get a solid star, bringing this guy up to 3 solid stars. Look how happy he is. Now, since I obviously don't own a 2002 or 2004 version of this figure, I can't really go about comparing him. But I do have the metallic green version, and yeah, they're exactly the same, save for some paint and the tag differences. But there is one thing that is different between these two, and I think it might just actually be a defect on mine. Take a look at his neck. You see how it's nice and tightly wound there, like it doesn't look like his head is floating in nothingness? On this guy, it almost looks like his head is angled to the left like so. See what I'm saying? See how you can see all that space in there? But over here, it's not. Yeah, I think that might just be a defect on mine. I don't think that's an actual change that Bandai made. So that's pretty much all I can say for these two, so they should totally hug. There you go. They're hugging. They're enjoying each other's company. I have a feeling me taking points off for the paint where it isn't or where it could have been applied a little bit better might just be a little bit too nitpicky on my end. I know I've gone after the likes of Retro Blue Godzilla and Heavy Paint Applications King Ghidorah for not being the best painted, but this guy is very nicely painted. It just, you know, I wish this would have been painted and I wish the tail would have been done up a little bit better. Like, even from this angle over here, this looks kind of ridiculous. But for the most part, when it comes to this figure as an overall release, I couldn't recommend him any higher. He's a 1975 Bandai Mechagodzilla figure in recent days. They didn't need to give him a new mold because the 2002 mold is just perfect, and I do love this dark gray paint on him. Patrons, thank you so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. I absolutely appreciate that. Social media and merch pages will be linked in the description below, and I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about next. It could be SH Figuarts Trigger, or I might take a break and just wait for Gambler and Iris to show up. I don't know what to do. You tell me. I have been ShinRobjira. Hope you enjoyed. See you all next time. Whatever that may be. Peace.